Sup everyone, this is Karak from ACG, and today I'm dirty, depressed, and downtrodden as I bring to you the review of the female Afro samurai zombie killing simulator known as The Walking Dead Michonne Episode 2. As this is an episodic game in Telltale's typical bleed you for money like a damned industrial vampire style, that means a couple hours at most gameplay and lots of blood, and a review that is slightly different and maybe a bit shorter than full games. Let's do this. As always, if you like the review, maybe subscribe. So here's the review for Walking Dead Michonne Episode 2. The worst handcuffs known to man, double foot drop kicks, and the best no trespassing signs ever created. Let's do this. Graphics are up first. Though Michonne keeps the Telltale engine running at its usually fairly average pace, there are times of temporary hesitation, and loading into locations seems longer than it ever was in the first episode. Additionally, there's some dropped frames here. The game continues the tradition of the Telltale titles utilizing technology that feels like it's from at least a decade ago. You'd think with the Scrooge McDuck buckets of money these guys have from mining the depths of any suitable remarkable fictions of their titles, they could upgrade the damn thing so that the loading of a cutscene wasn't like trying to get directions from someone who is in the midst of solving for X, but whatever. Locations here are fairly sparse as they were in the last game, and I found the artistic representation of one particular location here in the game really convoluted, making me question where exactly I was in the scene and in the location, and that didn't happen in the first episode that I remember. Altogether, pretty bog standard for a Telltale game, but with a few more technical glitches than the last time. And of course, that always brings us to sound, music, and voice.
It's not as bad as it looks. I know the way up. This'll work.
Looks pretty damn bad to me.
And sound is up first in this group. The sounds are good here, and the wet smack of machete on face or the dangerous grind of a long-in-the-tooth steel girder getting ready to buckle is done really well, though the gunshots are missing the low end here, and when you fire an AK-47, it doesn't sound like someone throwing spaghetti against a window, but regardless, I would say pretty okay. Music. I have to say, I still dig the music, a mix of ambient and more licensed tracks. The music fits the events going on within the game and don't do what some Telltale games do, and that means ruin a surprise by the music beginning a damn crescendo 20 seconds before anyone pops out of some of the bushes. Pretty good music as a package all the way throughout. Voice. You know, I still like the actress who's handling Michonne. She's fine here, and her handling of both present and past events and her attempts to solidify emotional responses depending on the environment are all done really well. Now that being said, there's something here that we notice in these games and it's a bit too much, and that's pretending to be exerting force or pretending to be screaming kind of voice work that we notice in these games. Screaming sound like screams, not like someone pretending to scream. I wish they would fix that. Gameplay. Listen, nothing's changed. The story continues with Michonne and a couple of her ragtag band trying to escape the evil houseboat banditry that's captured them. And yeah, that's about as scary as it sounds. I'm not sure how this group got any power or prestige at all, but it's like your Aunt Martha suddenly turning all bloodthirsty because you took a last scoop of raw cookie dough. The real stress, though, comes from those who work for that character. And as this episode continues and right up until the end, there is really good displays of deft writing to describe someone's ability to withstand near apocalyptic wrecking of their body and other situations that occur throughout the title. I like that. I always have liked a bit more of the subtle moments in these games, and though episode 2 only has 2 of them that I can really feel or see, they're both well done, and if you're listening and paying attention, they do a good job of sort of solidifying the fiction a bit. Now, the game, however, once again is mind-numbingly short, with less than an hour seeing you through the entire thing. Fun factor. I enjoyed episode 1 more than 2, but 2 was enjoyable enough in its own right, but for different reasons. Episode 1 was set in the stage. Episode 2 was sort of setting fire to the stage, smashing shit, and then drunkenly staggering off, which sounds like it would be instantly better than episode 1, but it also means some things just don't hit at the right pacing, and that does happen here. Also, note to Telltale. Anyone who has played more than 4 of your games has your pacing down to a science. You are simply, at some point, going to have to break it up, as you can instantly tell when a fight is going to happen, when someone will be in danger, or when a poignant moment is happening, and I really wish they would change that up, even at the slightest. In many ways, hey, you could say they were giving away Telltale signs. As always, I rate games on a buy, wait for sale, rent, or never touched again rating scale. There's not enough in episode 2 to push someone who waited through episode 1 to jump in, and though it might all come together at a later time, that doesn't mean jumping in now makes any sense whatsoever. It's A fairly solid episodic title here, but it's not as good as number 1, and number 1 I think I even rated a weight, so let's go ahead and hold off on these. Anyway, as always, if you like the video, hit thumbs up. If you dislike the video, hit thumbs down. Maybe check out our Reddit, Patreon, whatever. Peace out.
Get to cover! Go!